Hello everyone and happy time zones! It's your bird, Haven the Raven. And welcome to Demon Souls Soul Arrow only. This is going to be a bit of a doozy. So, rules of the run. We are going to put those in chat right now and go over them. Firstly, as the name implies, I am only allowed to deal damage with the spell Soul Arrow. Secondly, if it helps me survive, it is allowed. If it helps me get souls without damaging enemies, it is allowed. If it helps increase my damage, it is allowed. In practice, this means I'm going to be going after a specific ring and using the Kris Blade, but you get the idea. I'm not allowed to actually swing the Kris Blade. I take no penalties for the workings of gravity. If something falls off or I fall onto something, it's an oopsie-daisy, and we move on. However, if it ends up benefiting me, then yay. Let's get into it.
King Alant the 12th.
Yeah, let's... It's almost always a good idea to play the Journey to the Nexus, if only for... Alright, so... I can't even use anything, so we're just gonna go that way. 78 damage, but oh my, is that an unfortunate amount of, What do you mean I don't start with spice? Oh boy. Of all the things to not start off with... Hang on, we're gonna turn down the volume a little bit. Because for some reason it always ends up really loud. Okay, I don't... Oh, actually, my magic is... Is that regenerating? If that's regenerating, then it explains the lack of spice. Hold on. MP, yeah, okay. Helpful. There's not a ton of items in this area, but... There's enough that I'm gonna want to pick them up. For this run, I'm mostly going to be leveling intelligence and health, I think. Or, well, intelligence, health, and my mind, I think it was for or, wait. No, because I think intelligence actually dictates both spell damage, as in sorcery damage, and how much magic you have access to at a given time in this game. Hang on. Intelligence might just... Oh, no, no, no. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Intelligence... I'm gonna be doing mostly intelligence and magic. Hi. Yikes. And for the most part, I am not going to be messing with pure Black World tendency. I'm going to need it in some situations for the Kris Blade, but... I'm gonna try to avoid it when I can. Oh, welcome in, Bats! How are you today? Thank you ever so much for the redeem. I do appreciate it. Huh? Okay, then. Still a little worried about not starting off with spice, though. The fragrant ring is nice, but... Oh dear. Spice would definitely be better. I got started a little late and wasn't able to put as much effort into character development as I would appreciate. But it's kind of hard to make a silly looking character with this game anyway, so. Oh well. I try to make my characters for challenge runs look silly so I can just look at their face and giggle if I need to. Oh, wonderful. Forgot about you. Uh-oh. But some games don't really allow for that. This game being one of them, and Code Vein being another. Moongazer! Hello! How are you today? What? Ah, yes. That bullshit. Bots. Bots just be butting all over the place. Haha! Ooh. Moongrass. Yay! Glad to hear you're doing great. I don't think the fragrant ring is going to help too much once I get past, or once I get access to the noblewoman in Latria. I don't think that has anything. More moongrass. I would prefer spice, but moongrass works. I think I need to be careful around here. If possible, I'd like to take out the Vanguard Demon early. It's rough, but I'm pretty sure that with royalty, at least, it'll be possible for me. Okay, I don't get any spice from any of that. There's no point using any consumables here. Are you kidding me? I hit... Ah. Oh well. I didn't do bad damage, all things considered.
Soul of the lost,
I've never actually done it. But that fight is pretty much always worth doing, if only for the fact that if you do manage to beat it, you get extra souls to start your journey with. So whenever it gives me the option to start or to attempt the journey to the or to play the journey to the Nexus, I will do so. Because otherwise I'm skipping loot. And while some loot is not the best, oh no. Others can be quite helpful. And grass and souls are useful for everything. Unless you're doing like a no consumables run. In which case, yeah, just skip that. Which, This game without consumables. That could be interesting, actually. Please. Okay, let's go. Boss only. Like, I'm only allowed to fight bosses? That could also be interesting, actually. A Dark Souls 1 run like that. That's how challenge runs end up, usually. Anyway. Like, I'll fight regular enemies at the start. And then slowly transition into less and less of that. But I'm only allowed to fight bosses, period. I think I would outright need Master Key for that. That one I think would outright require Master Key because otherwise Berg would be impossible, I think.
Well, you slipped through.
I actually don't have access to a modded version of Dark Souls 1 at the moment, so I'd have to do it vanilla. All of my challenge runs are vanilla because of that. Berg would outright be impossible with that. Because I'm pretty sure there's a few doorways that I just get blocked. I don't think I'd be able to do the depths. Hi. Yeah, I'd pretty much have to skip Taurus Demon unless I came up from Dark Route. But even then, I'd have to try and trick Havel and the Black Knight into falling off a ledge. Or just book it past Havel and hope he can't catch me. That is also a possibility. But I can do, or at least attempt, boss only for Dark Souls 1. It would have to be vanilla, so there would be a lot of routing issues involved. And I don't think we'd have to define boss for that as well. Because some enemies are considered mini-bosses by the community. But not actually, like, boss by the game. So would we count mini-bosses? If we don't count mini-bosses, then I'm not allowed into the DLC. But yeah, if that's something you'd be interested in, Moongazer, put it in under game recommendations. I think it's like 5 points for a game recommendation or something like that. I keep it cheap. We don't want anything to do with that hole right there. That hole is death, despair, and more death. Get over here. Do I bother with a straw? Ah, hi! Forgot about you! Yeah, this challenge run is mostly resource management and a lot of pointing and clicking. There we go. Is there anything over here? No. Unknown warrior soul and mailbreaker. That is useless to me. I can't even sell stuff in this game. Like, this game doesn't even have a merchant to sell stuff to, so any equipment I pick up is completely pointless. I don't think I'm gonna bother with NPC quests this time because this game doesn't have a ton of them. And as much as I like Yuria, there really isn't much of a point in saving her. Okay, that is something you can do, I guess. And I need to wait for my magic to regenerate. What? Did that guy just... Oh, shit. Okay. Been a minute since I've seen an enemy do that. I really need to get that first loop around, actually. Okay, bright side, it doesn't look like the solar... Solar Arrow does not take much to cast, so there is that. Okay. Slightly faster. Why did I bother? Genuinely, why did I bother? Hey, hey, hey. I think this spell, legitimately takes like 6 mana to cast. Which is nice because it means that the fragrant ring will cover me for a lot. At least for now. I'm definitely I'm actually like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm legitimately worried about the boss of this area though. I mean, if we're just gonna sit here anyway. If he's just gonna walk into the wall, I'm just gonna keep spamming the button. So currently it's 1 to 2 shots to kill an enemy. Except for that guy, but we're not gonna talk about that guy. Red-eyed enemies are problematic. Alright. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's like 4. Or... How am I? Three if it's one of these bozos. Wonderful. Are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna run past you for now. This is why I said I want spice. This is the exact thing I wanted spice for, honestly. Because spice refills my magic. Okay, yep, that happens. That certainly happened. Okay. Can I hit these with my magic? Because there are 2 bodies here, and the cling ring would be nice. Or can I actually get you to do it? Yes, I can get you to do it. That is wonderful. That is lovely, actually. Thank you for surviving that fall. Because I don't think I could have hit that. I know I can hit hanging bodies directly, but I think the chains might be beyond me. Oh! Welcome in, Rowdy! How are you today? Ah! Oh, please blow yourself up. Aw. Aha, fair enough, fair enough. Oh dear. Yeah, I kind of have to just sit around a lot at the moment because I don't have much in the way of regaining my casts. There we go. If it works, fair. Alright, that loop around is going to make things so much easier. Oh, Cling Ring is here regardless. Understood. Apologies for the ragdoll physics. Going to Sens. I wish there was a Sens in this game, honestly. But no. The best area in this game is honestly the Tower of Latria. It's not even close. Nothing beats Latria as far as I'm concerned in this game. Why you laugh? Why are you laughing? Oh, you said that because of the game gate. Fair enough. Alright, you. Oh no. Haha! Screw you and your healing. Actually, I think I will mess with Ostrava or do the Ostrava thing this time. Because it gets me that, and it kind of also gets me a back door. Nope. Fog gates definitely make you question what's on the other side. I don't want to use the spice I just got yet. Oh, wait, I should. Providential Ring isn't helping me at the moment, so let's go with Cling. Good old Cling Ring. Fragrant Ring is going to be staying for now. Oh my. And you see what I'm dealing with the as far as the cast goes, right? I am so sorry to hear that, Rowdy. Oh, come on. And yeah, I'm excited to start Lies of P, honestly. That's been on the list for literal years. I just keep having other stuff come up. I will hop down and do the Ostrava thing. But first, do you sell spice?
Mostly stolen, but
You do not, in fact, sell spice.
go ahead. Take your time.
Really, Piku's been working on Lies, specifically Lies of P for 2 years. Oh boy.
That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
Thief Ring is actually going to be essential later on. And then we just sit here and wait for my magic to regenerate. Ah, because of the DLC. That's fair. I don't know if I'm going to get the DLC. I really don't want to give Sony money on the digital side, but I'm... Yeah. If I like the game enough, I might reconsider on that front, but I really don't want to buy digital stuff from Sony, considering... My dad and I both flat out said that we're not getting a PS6. I like... Yeah. Generally speaking, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I don't care as much for PC games because it's a PC, But consoles, the entire reason for their existence is accessibility, and getting rid of discs, that just blatantly removes the accessibility. $1 gazillion dollars. Yeah. But my dad, we've had consoles my entire life, pretty much. I am the same age as the Nintendo GameCube, roughly. So we've had that my whole life. We've had the PS3 as long as I can remember, really. We've had PS4 and PS5 after that. And literally the entire reason for console gaming is accessibility, and having discs makes the console more accessible. Yeah, I'm 23. But I did not actually grow up with PC games, so for the longest time, all games for me were physical. All of them. Digital is convenient sometimes, but again, that is... Generally speaking, I do prefer physical. But if they're not going to be doing physical anyway, then there's literally nothing stopping me from just going full on PC after the PS5's down. Well, aside from the fact that I don't currently have a full on PC, I have a laptop. But I am... Yeah. Discs are a lot more accessible. I didn't even... I had initially only been thinking of sales and stuff and some of Sony's more shady business practices when I thought of the accessibility thing there. 'Cause Sony's digital prices were kept in check by third-party markets, which is better for the consumer. But other people were bringing up the fact that no discs means that kids in countries where the PlayStation Network doesn't exist no longer have access to games. And yeah, that is a huge issue. Spooderman? Ah, full fun. Fair enough. That it for the Dreglings? No, there's 2 more. I'd like to get regular spice, please. I need spice. Herbs and spices.
I am
Strava can actually kind of hold his own. Dino doors? Uh-oh. It might actually be worth this, if only so I can get to Old King Dorian. I was mostly thinking I'd want a Strava wandering around. so that this lower section would be nice and safe. Hello? But he might actually come in handy for more than that later on. His pathing is a little suspect. But he's actually not a slouch as much as he gets himself into weird dangers. My guy can clearly handle a few dreglings. I don't know why he was worried about being surrounded. Welcome back, Rowdy. Welcome back. Alright, there's 2 dreglings in there. Can I lure them back to Strava? Because the less magic I use, the better off I am. Come on. Welcome back, Rowdy, but, as I was saying, the disc thing, bothered me initially because Sony's gonna jack up the prices on their digital games. We know this. We all know this. But it also bothered... a thing I hadn't thought about until someone else brought it up and I heard about it is, there's kids in countries where PlayStation Network isn't a thing. They will, if they buy a console, they will essentially just have a brick. A very expensive brick. Yeah, no. I don't even like the idea of spending $70 for a game. Strava, could you please take care of the dregling? I am trying to conserve my casts. I know you can handle 1 dregling, Strava. Oh yeah, I generally do too. If I don't wait for a sale, it's because I'm impatient. Oh dear. But we all know Sony's gonna jack up the prices, and if a kid happens to be in a country where PlayStation Network doesn't exist, well then their console is now a very expensive, very useless paperweight. Which is that is a thing I hadn't even thought of until someone else brought it up, and yeah, I have to agree with that point. I was more thinking general consumer when I decided I was not a fan of the whole disc situation. The discuation, if you will. So I don't know if I'm gonna wind up buying the Lies of P DLC. Probably not. Unless I end up absolutely adoring the game. But I'm certainly not buying a full game on PlayStation Network again. Any full game I buy from PlayStation is going to be digital. Or physical, sorry. It's going to be physical, and it's going to be from a secondhand shop. Because fuck that. Yeah, okay, you can always run past enemies. It's not always a good idea. Demon Souls in particular greatly discourages that. But whenever you have a game like this, you can run past enemies. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like Lies of P. It's been on the list for a while. I've seen some clips of the combat. I am fairly certain that I'm going to like Lies of P. Damn, okay. You think that's going to turn me away, Rowdy? You see the kind of game I'm playing here, right? Do I have fresh spice? I do not. That's not good. Okay. That really depends. If you find area navigation to be tough, then yes, this is the toughest of the Souls games. If you find bosses to be your difficult point, then this is going to be easy for you. There we go. But I am not really one to shy away from a challenge. At least not at first. Come on, I need you to come over here. Go sit by your blue buddy. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I am not typically one to shy away from a challenge. And the fact that I do challenge runs should really solidify that fact. I purposely make these games harder. I don't doubt that Lies of P is going to be difficult, but I don't think I'm going to rage quit or lower the difficulty or anything like that. Hey! Let me... Thank you! And once you pull that lever, the dragon stops coming across the bridge. So let me just grab this stuff. No grass or spice. Bastards. As a noob port. Alright, honestly, Dark Souls 1, go back to Lies of P after Dark Souls 1. Just try it. A lot of times, once you get a game that actually clicks with you in a genre, the rest of the genre just... it clicks as well. Hi. Die. All of the Dark Souls and Blood. Okay. Okay. Elden Ring is a weird one as far as difficulty goes, because with that one you can pretty much go anywhere. Yeah, Elden Ring is the easiest or the hardest, depending on how you tackle it and how you feel about summoning. Magnifico did a cheese build that pretty much trivialized the game. Whereas I do, well, I do challenge runs. Yeah. Elden Ring actually is unique in that it gives you pocket summons. They're called Spirit Ashes. Oh boy. And as long as you see a specific icon on the screen, you can summon. Or, well, you can summon them. Yes, you can pull people out of your pocket. Elden Ring is the only game that allows for that. Every other game has static summons only. Elden Ring does have static summons, but it also has pocket summons that you carry with you. Once you collect them, you can upgrade them. And as long as you see a specific icon on the screen, you can summon them. If you use summons and you pay attention to what different bosses are weak to, or you do a general cheese build like Magnifico did, Elden Ring is incredibly easy. If you're like me, and you decide, yeah, this random spell would be fun to use exclusively throughout the entire playthrough, it's going to be a little rougher. Okay, I should not have healed. Oh well. Well. Why did I do that? I wanted to go back to the Nexus. Why did I do that? Okay, if you want to see some of the shit I've done, again, check out my YouTube channel. Seriously, check that out. I have both of the challenge runs I have done for Elden Ring so far there.
But may it's something trade with your souls.
Alright, we're gonna repair everything. And then purchase. That is not a lot. Okay.
You come back alive.
Because I have done 2 starter spell only challenge runs for Elden Ring. That's fair. That is fair. Let us hope that... Okay, I'm not going to need late moon grass, I don't think. Phalanx, I'm actually worried about. I am actually worried about this boss. Yes, I am Eastern time. I think you and I might be same time zone. Alright. This boss is gonna be a bag of bullshit. Let's go. Okay, or maybe not. Stop summoning minions, you bitch! Okay, this is going a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Glad I bought the spice, though. This was just Fragrant Ring would be absolutely... I would hate it. I think I would have hated this with just Fragrant Ring as my sustainability there. Alright, and now we leave. Ah. Okay, you're central, you're central. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I should actually be done by 12:45, but we'll see. Alright, when you have defeated the first boss, you are then able to level, so I need to not throw myself off of the top of this just yet. I need to wait for that. Yeah, Moonlight Butterfly is... A lot of people hate that boss. I personally like it a lot, but I also play ranged builds. It is much more difficult as melee.
We have one.
Yes, yes, yes.
You must, if not, have you the strength? The old one.
You've gotten first fire dude. What do you mean by first fire dude? Yeah, I'm not allowed to yeet yet. I need to wait a bit. Quilana can be you can go back into the depths. You remember where Laurentius first fire dude? Yeah. Barrow guy is first fire dude, or you can get yourself egg-headed and talk to egg dude. As long as you max out your pyro flame. That's actually not that far off from his actual name. I think it's Angi. Okay, where are you? Maiden in Black. There you are.
What is it? Seek us out of power. Of course. After. Go ahead. Let these vagabonds. Soul of the mind.
Okay,
Ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
that's fair.
So the world might be mended.
That is fair. Okay.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help.
There we go.
Then touch the soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
That works.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Art thou, may thy strength.
So now I have a
Trade your
choice to
souls.
make.
You come back alive.
Do I go after the Kris first? Or do I go to Latria first? Eggy will help you after you've been egg-headed once. Up until that point, he doubts your devotion to the fair lady. Let's go grab my souls, and then... I should probably go for Latria first. As much as Latria scares me at the moment. Oh yeah. O and S are interesting to fight. Oh my! Yikes. There is a reason I came here. I think the wooden catalyst is actually better than the silver for the scaling. Yeah. So that'll help me actually get stronger faster. Yep. Yep. Smuff. Smuff being Smuff. I just want... There's two things I want from here. Oh my. Stop it! In all honesty, Latria is probably going to be one of the last ones I end up actually clearing. Where are you? Nope, no sailing corpses here. No sailing corpses here. Bright water, useful but nah. I'm pretty sure that's the one I don't want to open. Or rather, it's one of the ones on the right. Oh, no, you. You're the one I didn't want to open. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. Oh my. Oh yeah, I'm bad at remembering to give shoutouts and stuff. So I tried to write down specialized ones. Unknown hero assault. Where was the ring? Ring of magical sharpness is what I'm looking for. I think it might actually be in that other big room. Oh no, poor Rowdy. Poor Rowdy. Can't cuss out the boss right in front of her. Oh noes. Okay, it must be in it has to be in this room. Go on. Make your escape. Or whatever it is y'all wanna really? Y'all are gonna attack me. You idiots are actually going to attack me when I backed off to give you space. Clearly, the lack of souls has gone to your heads. Fair enough. Do what you have to. And when someone makes a redeem like that, you die a little inside, but carry on. Not here either. Where is it? Where is the Ring of Magical Sharpness? I know it's somewhere in Latria. I know it's somewhere in Latria. Where the fuck is it? Can I damage you through the wall? No. Back away, please, Mr. Mind Flayer. There we go. There we go. And he didn't actually back off. Oh well. Corners, when it comes to mind flayers, are your best friend. No, no. I wish I could say I was joking there, but... I think it's safe to open the door. But I'm gonna go back and hide behind the coffin just in case. Glad I hid behind the coffin. There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually try to complete Latria anytime soon. I kind of just want the Spice Merchant and then to get out at the moment.
You're still in hear me. I've known better days.
Purchase! She sells the regular spice for 200 souls.
Thank you. Now I can stay here.
Doesn't sound like much, but considering the next cheapest is 350, that is kind of massive. Now, which one of these stupid cells has the ring I want in it? I could have sworn that it was earlier. But clearly it's not, and Mike going, oh. Alright, apologies for that. I was trying to go the short way to get to the turrets. And I think I'm just gonna run past this thing this time. Because, well, it is a bit of a pain. It is definitely still doable. There we go. And then we turn this off. And turning that off allows us to actually collect the stuff. Which... Clever rat. Where is Ring of Magical Sharpness? I could have sworn it was somewhere in Latria. Eye stone. Just... right. Aha! Right, that over there. I can't remember what that is, actually. I said I wasn't going to full clear Latria, but it looks like I might actually end up full clearing the first part of Latria. Just because I don't know where the fuck this ring is. Oh boy. Where are you, Ring of Magical Sharpness? I genuinely could have sworn you were somewhere reasonable. But clearly that's not the case. I know for a fact it's not in that room with the 4 mind flayers. But it might be in one of these rafter areas. I don't want to deal... Where? There we go. Okay. This over here I kind of have to deal with right now. Because if I don't, I will regret it later. I will massively regret it later. Because the boss of this area is actually unkillable unless you murder an NPC. This fucker over here just revives her continuously till the end of days. Prison of Hope. I think that's for the Sage's cell. But I'm not going to be rescuing the Sage this time, so... Only thing he gives is Gary's stiletto, and that is not useful if I can't stab anything with it. It's not like the Kris that has a secondary effect. Or, well, a passive effect. Kris Blade and Phosphorescent Pole are the only ones that might be worth it. I'm definitely not doing... As per usual, my first Archstone is going to end up being... or my first fully cleared Archstone is going to end up being World 2. Oh, right, this room. I don't... There shouldn't be anything in this room. Up there is just Mind Flayers. And I don't really want to mess with that. I went the wrong way. Don't really want to mess with the Mind Flayers at the moment. At least, not unless I strictly have to. I could have... This is starting to annoy me because I genuinely thought Ring of Magical Sharpness was somewhere in the Prison of Hope. Which means either I missed it, or it's not actually here. Or it's... I don't think it'll be over here. I mean, it could theoretically, but I doubt it. Silver Catalyst, worthless. And then the Imperial Spy set. Also worthless. Where did I miss this? Where did I miss the Ring of Magical Sharpness? Because from what I recall, both rings were in the Prison of Hope. And I don't think either of them was locked in that room with the 4 Mind Flayers. I honestly don't want to go down that hallway at all, so if I can avoid it, I would like to. If I can't avoid it, I will. I'm pretty sure it has spice, but that would be, like, it. Or, actually, is it this? I legitimately cannot recall. Yeah, I think that unlocks due to world tendency events. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, random mind flayer. Alright, where did I miss this? I have to have missed the ring. Where did I miss the ring? When you play and yell out roll, you don't roll? What? Oh. Oh, okay. I think I get what you mean there. Hi. You might be it. I thought I'd opened all the big cells. Evidently not. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Are you kidding me? There you are. Just want the Ring of Magical Sharpness. Okay. Where did I miss the Ring of Magical Sharpness? Yeah, there's a lot of spite to go around.
Oh, it's you. Thank you.
There is a lot of spite to go around when it comes to these guys. Nope. It doesn't look like I left anything over there either. I don't see any blue glowing corpses hanging from the ceiling. Was it in an Iron Maiden that I just didn't open? Because there's a couple spots where I'm pretty sure it's not. Dude! Nope. I cannot see past you. Hello? I'm trapped! Hey! That's a new one. Did I miss one over here? Aha, I did. Lotus. Fuck. Where did I miss this? Ring of Magical Sharpness is usually one of the first things I get in any given run. Where did I miss it? How did I miss it? I think their technical name is the Soul Shriven. But that works. Come on. Or at least their technical name in this game. Really? Uh-oh, 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 I'm dead. Okay, seriously, where did I miss that? I'm just gonna look it up instead of wandering around in circles for hours. Because I usually get it, so what did I miss? D-E-S... Ring of Magical Sharpness. Fourth floor, room with the Iron Maidens. Okay. So, hang on. It was literally only 69 souls. I don't care. There's a room with 4 Iron Maidens right before I go downstairs, apparently. And I missed that. Lovely. Whenever you think lose triple digits, I mean, fair enough. How important souls are depends on the run and the character's level. gonna drop spice? Aha! Spice! I will take that. Honestly, now that I have a relatively easy method of getting my magic back, or well, replenishing spice stores, I should be fine. Okay, yep, this is definitely the room I missed. Lotus, once again. Ring of Magical Sharpness, there we go. Oh, nice! You've gotten to the point where you can Oko the damn golems. That is always pleasant to hear.
Oh, it's you.
Alright. So we're gonna get a little more spice for the road.
Thank you. Now I can stay here for a little.
And then, crazy as it sounds, let's actually go test this on... That was pre-Hydra? Okay. Okay. Neat. Since I'm already here anyway, let's go make one quick attempt at the area boss. I'm not tackling Upper Latria just yet. Upper Latria is going to wait for a long time. That is the wrong direction. I almost ran straight into a mind flare. I am trying to avoid those. Alright. The boss of this area can actually be pretty rough. All I really... I'm debating on when I should tackle Upper Latria, actually. With Phalanx dead, there's only one more area that I'm really all that concerned with. But it is a pretty rough area. I will be coming back for this. Okay. Understood. Have a nice day. "100% under fucking stood. Have an excellent day, you Red Phantom." We're going back down to World 2. Hang on. How many... I think 4 might be enough. Question mark? We shall see. I am in a very weird situation. You don't strictly need pyromancy for Dark Souls 1. It makes it better. Or, not better, it makes some bosses easier, but it is not strictly required. You want to medium roll with Havel armor. Good luck with that. Good luck with that one. That's all I can really say on the matter. Shoot, I might have to go pivot into some other worlds real quick. 32 endurance. You're just twitchy. Yeah, reason I say good luck with that is because Havel has the single heaviest armor in the game. There is no armor in the original Dark Souls that is lighter, or that is heavier. Okay, let's go. That was enough. Then Havel's. So, anybody who hasn't played this game before is probably wondering why I threw myself off a cliff multiple times. And the reason is because of something called world tendency. The more times you die in a world, or well, a level, with when you're in human form, the harder the area gets. So, but there's certain enemies that only spawn on pure black world tendency. There's also certain things that only spawn on pure white world tendency. It adds depth to the world that I actually really like. But at the same time, you gotta be a little careful. Really? That happened? What just died? Something met its end. Okay. We're gonna go back to the Nexus. I'm gonna use most, not all, of my souls. I don't want to use that colorless demon soul. And we're gonna level up my health because I actually do need that. Storied warrior. Renowned hero. Renowned warrior. Unknown hero. Unknown warrior.
Then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
That will work for now.
Strength be granted. Art thou finished? May thy strength.
Yes, I was explaining the yeets. The yeets are because of world tendency. Whenever you die as a human in this game, if you are in one of these levels, one of these Archstone worlds, if you die as a human, it will make the world darker. It will trend more towards black. Tendency for both world and character is showcased with these eye symbols. That right there is neutral, all neutral, with the exception of Archstone of the Covetous King, which is slightly trending towards white at the moment. Pure white, the enemies are easier and some things spawn. Pure black, the enemies are harder, drop more souls and more items, and certain other things spawn. I generally don't mess around with pure black unless I have to. And I was actually... the whole reason I did mess around with Pure Black World's Tendency there was to get that colorless demon soul. Because I am going to need it. Does that make sense? I believe there's a total of 10 colorless demon souls you can get per playthrough. However, 2 of them require murdering NPCs. You missed everything? Okay. World Tendency is how tough a given area is. And you make the world tougher every time you die as a human. Killing certain enemies will reset the world's tendency. But that is the general gist. With the yeets are how the yeets are honestly the easiest way to mess around with, or to darken your world tendency. However, if you yeet at the Nexus, which is home base, then you don't have to deal with the world tendency at all. Or, well, then you don't darken it. However, there is actually a downside to that. If you're playing online, you are allowed to summon other players, but only while human. So it's a much more give and take system. The world is generally easier if you just remain a ghost for the entire game. But there are rewards to be had from darkening world tendency, and you're only allowed to summon other players. Not pocket people. This is Demon Souls, not Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the one with the pocket people. I am going to need to track down patches. Okay. You can summon other players, but not NPC characters. You don't get pocket summons in this game. Alright. I'm just outright not dealing with you right now. This game is easy enough that generally you don't really need to summon other players. The areas are rough, but the bosses, once you unlock them, are incredibly easy. This game has the easiest bosses in the franchise, with the possible exception of Old King Alot. And that's just because that motherfucker is allowed to eat your levels. Which, honestly, is such a troll move. I kind of wish it was brought back in later titles. To be fair, the attack that does that is incredibly telegraphed. But it is still hilarious to think that you'll just be fighting a boss and then, oh look, your level went down. This is the only game that played around with that, and I think it's really cool, actually. Incredibly frustrating if you do happen to get grabbed by it. cool nonetheless. Old King Allant is one of only 2 bosses that actually allow that. Or not 2 bosses, is one of only 2 characters that actually drains your level. The other one you're not really likely to run into, so I'm not going to bother mentioning. Alright, we've gotten to the point where I can one-shot some things, which is nice. I just want the loop around. You have no intention of playing this game? That's fair. That's fair. It is generally considered to be the weakest in the franchise. Or, not franchise, genre. Considering it was the first. What I'm playing right now is the remake. I really wish I could play the original. But I'd have to either emulate that or see if I can find it on PS3. You... And you will later upgrade stuff for me. I just need to make sure to give you the Flame Lurker soul. Okay. Let's see here. Is Priscilla worth fighting? Well, she has 2 unique weapons, actually. One from the tail cut, because of course she has the tail. And one from her soul. Going into her painting, yes, actually, yes. Going into the painting is worth it. There's a lot of cool gear there. And it has the best, the Painted World has the best soul farm in the game, just straight up. There's a group of enemies surrounding a statue, and they give a ton of souls for how easy they are to kill. The nice dragon tail is actually something else. Like, Priscilla is nice, but she will actually fight back. If you kill her and take her soul, you can actually get her scythe. Provided you have a weapon that can be infused with said weapon. Or said soul. Right. I want to go up here. Because that is a level of bullshit I don't exactly want to deal with right now. But there is a lot of stuff in the Painted World, and I would definitely consider it worth going for. Fair enough. But if... I don't know if this has changed, but you've said before that you don't really want to come back to Dark Souls 1 once you leave it. So my advice really is 100% the game. If you're not going to come back, 100% the game. If you are going to come back, then maybe you can save stuff from another playthrough. Or for another playthrough. But if not, 100% the game so you at least know what other people are talking about. Oh no. Oh, that's not gonna change. Ah, again with the dog. Hello. Yeah, they really are. Add sharpening stone. I think I took out the last of the dogs. Don't quote me on that. Let me just munch on some spice. Hello? And then we have this. I might actually be able to clear my first archstone today. If I'm quick. Because this one's not that long, and I just did the bulk of it. The real problem here is going to be... Why is time moving so slowly? What do you mean? Okay, what? Okay, we're gonna... Hold up. Oh, right. There we go. I forgot this game had carry limits. Local yeah, hopefully the local repair shop can help you. Nice try, bastard. Ugh. Oh, right, the official set. I'm not gonna be going after that. The only character I'm really gonna bother with the questline for is Patches. And even then, That is just because I think he might despawn if I don't. And he is incredibly helpful in this game because he's the one that sells the cheapest grass. Which just automatically makes him the best one to get that from. Alright, here we go. Kris Blade. I'm allowed to equip it, but not actually use it. Aww. I'm willing to bet that that's because of warranty and liability crap, but that still sucks. Even if the repair shop knows that, they might not want to mess with it, though. Alright. Armor Spider. This fight usually isn't that bad with magic, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Yep. Hello, Armor Spider. There we go. There we go. That sounds like an old policy to me. I don't know. Alright. Back to the Nexus for a moment. Then we're gonna head back to Tunnel City, unlock patches.
Then touch the soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Okay, I need 700 souls.
Let strength, Artha, may thy strength.
I think these... Okay.
touch the deep soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
That is factoring track.
Soul of the
Okay.
lost, withdrawn,
Yeah, that
uncovenant,
is a lot of
by thy
time.
strength.
Let's simply trade with your souls.
Oh, lovely. I think the coronet is the big thing there. Why do you take 69 souls to repair, huh?
You come back alive.
I have 4 souls. I'm not even gonna bother regaining them when I throw myself off the ledge here. Let's go get patches. Patches is pretty quick to obtain, and then I can pivot. Bye-bye. I'll be honest, I skip most of the Tunnel City. This place isn't all that interesting. I just almost made an oopsie. Ow. $169 is how much I'm doing per shot. That's not terrible, I guess. That really isn't terrible. Ah, boy. $239 souls. Do I care about 239? Yes, I do, actually. I definitely care about that amount. Mine. Yeah, the travel is always going to require bubble wrap. That's just some conventional wisdom. Anytime you're make sure anything delicate is protected. Let's go back to the Nexus. It's already... Well, the box doesn't always cut it. Like, sure... Newspaper is a good idea. Welcome in, Banu. How are you today? It's still wiggly. Yep. Yeah, that, just bite the damn bullet and get some bubble wrap. But how are you today, Banu? I didn't say, are you Banu today? I said, how are you today? You live around the corner from a hardware store. Fair enough.
I can forge weapons.
Pear.
You come back alive.
I should go back to Latria. With patches here, I have access to grass whenever I need it. Let's see how much more I do now with the Kris Blade. It's not like I'm here... Okay, Rowdy, there is no... The best merchant in the game for spices is found in the Tower of Latria, and she does not move to the Nexus. Like, ever. So I'm going to be coming back here frequently, both until I beat the boss of this area, or not just until I beat the boss of this area. Oh dear. I'm going to be coming back to this area until I no longer need spice.
Thank you.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I do hope your day goes splendidly, though, Banu. Can you get out? Yeah, the lady who was singing. She's the best spice merchant in the game. She sells the cheapest spice, and she also sells bright water, which once I get high enough once I get high enough intelligence, will be really important. Oh dear. They them today. At least I believe I put that on my tags. But I'm considering avoiding the main boss of Latria until the end. Hold up. No, it's there. It's there at the bottom. They, them pronouns. It's always the last tag on my stream just because it changes all the time. Oh, that's fair. It's an honest mistake. I just correct it and move on. I'm going to be using a lot of spice to get through this hallway. Okay. Oh my. Ah! No! Well, okay. Manu? I'm playing a very atypical mage, where this is the only spell I'm allowed to use. And that's the only method of damage I have. only method of dealing damage I have. I'm actually going to leave the sparklies alone, and I'm going to follow them down. Uh-oh. Damn it. Is it possible for me to get past there without actually attacking anything? Because I need a lot of spice. Nothing to see here, fellas. I'm just gonna be on my way. Actually, I think this is actually the better spot. Yeah. Okay, and then here. Yeah, just a mage rolling through. Then down here. I see you. I see that. And then this. Then here. And good riddance. Let's hope I don't have to do that a second time. Alright, what am I dealing with here? Do I have anything that reduces the amount of fire damage I take? Because Flame Lurker is a little weird in this regard. Fire, fire, fire. I need a fire defense. Currently 18 is my best. And you? Oh, 14. Okay, so that's better. And the official's leggings for some reason. Okay. I don't like the official's leggings, but you do what you have to in this case. Yep, okay. Nice try! Oh no. Try. What do you mean that missed? I can't tell if I have enough. Oh no. Come on, heal! Oh no. Oh no. And dead. Okay. One and done flame lurker. Always a pleasure. It is always nice when you can one and done flame lurker. Alright, I need the Searing Demon's Soul actually, so we're gonna go back to Tunnel City. Give that to the blacksmith, and then I can upgrade the Kris Blade. You.
If it be a blacksmith, I'm busy forging ores are transferred.
Prepare.
All done. What be your need? If it be a blacksmith, demon soul, that'll do in vigor. I teach all might the highest grade.
Come on, just take the soul already.
Yes, that's with it. Bring me a demon.
Alright, upgrade Kris Blade. I don't have another one of those, unfortunately.
All done.
But hey. Still helpful. Now I go back and... yeah. Oh, I might be in trouble here, actually. Actually,
Then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted. Art thou finished? May thy strength.
It's in trade with your souls.
come on. Oh, welcome back, welcome back. We're gonna do that.
You come back alive.
Oh, hey, you're fine, you're fine. I might have to allow myself to use, fire bombs here. Not to actually damage the boss. This boss is a gimmick. I messed up. This thing's attacks are pretty much one-shots anyway, so I'm just gonna go back to the Nexus and throw myself off. So, Dragon God, which is the next fight, is a puzzle. Or... not quite puzzle, more like a stealth section. Because Dragon God is a stealth section, I need to be a little more careful with how I approach it. However, I'm not sure if I can actually clear the rubble leading up to Dragon God with Soul Arrow. I might have to let myself use fire bombs for this. Okay, I can, in fact... do this with Soul Arrow, but it is going to take longer. Understood. Uh-oh. There we go. Dragon God is quite literally impossible to hit if you aren't using the ballista. I'm using Soul Arrow for everything I can here, but some things are just literally impossible. Getting to the second ballista is actually pretty tough. Hello? There we go. Can you turn your head, please, sir? Thank you. I might have to I think I'm actually gonna have to let myself swing the Kris Blade here. Just because... or actually, can I hit that? The thing here is... oh, wait. Okay, that worked. Okay, worrying was for nothing. And that is the easiest Dragon God I've had in a while. from this point on, he can't actually fight back. So I can take my sweet time getting down there. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you as well have an excellent day, Rowdy. I am going to be ending soon. I feel like Dragon God is a very good stopping point. Especially for a day 1 stream of a run. Alright. Yeah, for whatever reason, you're not allowed to actually hit his horn until you get him knocked down here. I have tried, it has not worked out for me. Back to the Nexus. Hello? Back to the Nexus! There we are. Let us actually use all of these. Maiden!
Then touch the deep soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
That is actually a really nice number.
Strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength.
It's a trade with your souls.
Repair, nothing. Okay. I don't know how I managed a first try Dragon God, but I am thankful that I managed a first try Dragon God. Because Dragon God is, well, not the roughest boss in the game by a long shot. Kind of a menace under the wrong circumstances.
It's a trade with your
I've
souls.
had, in the past, I've had a lot of trouble literally
You come back alive.
just getting past that last section. I was actually really concerned about. I don't know. I did not, in fact, have to break my rules. Although that is a very... I put an asterisk on that one, I suppose. But it was, in fact, a close thing. I'm keeping the lotuses, because those are going to be really helpful. I don't think that's going to matter at all. There we go. Now to go throw myself off of the top of this temple. Because that's just how things work in this game. Whee! I am going to need more colorless demon souls for the Kris Blade. Kris Blade boosts your magic damage, and the amount it boosts your damage by increases as you continually, or as you level it up. Gonna want to save my ephemeral eye stones because I will end up needing that for Latria later. Possibly. So I got the one colorless demon soul from Archstone of the Digger King. I think there's two or technically three, but in practice 2 I could get right now from Archstone of the Shadowmen. Or well, 1 because I still have to go back to Latria. Every single Archstone has one primeval demon, which drops a colorless demon soul. So that is one, or so that's 5 right there. However, I don't want to go after the one for Archstone of the Covetous King right quite yet. Even though I technically could because I have the Archstone of the Digger King complete. I'd like to get up to pure White World Tendency first, before I mess with that. Archstone of the Tower Queen is not something I'm going to be messing with pure Black World Tendency for just yet. I would very much like to actually beat Latria before I mess with that. Which means I may... Latria might end up being the second one I full clear, actually. Thinking about it. Because Latria has some really useful stuff for a mage build. I can get 2... If I explore Upper Latria... Actually, yeah. I said I was going to end, but let's actually go see if I can't unlock Upper Latria real quick. Thinking about it, I did most of Latria today already. Or, well, most of the Prison of Hope today already. Having Upper Latria unlocked for later will be helpful. I'm going to be ping-ponging around a bit to try and upgrade the Kris Blade as much as possible. Eventually, I am going to want the Insanity Catalyst. Because the Insanity Catalyst, despite having my mana, vastly boosts the amount of damage I do, and considering there's only 3 stats I'm leveling anyway. Dude, move. Come on. There you go. Now you can do it. There's a mask in Upper Latria that I'm gonna need to acquire because that mask is one of the things I can trade for a colorless demon soul. I don't quite need to get Insanity Catalyst yet. But it could be helpful. We shall see. Because I currently have a +1 Kris Blade with 30 magic, so I'm not exactly dealing insignificant damage here. Even with the fact that I'm using a starting spell. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Fool's Idol isn't that tough. The problem is she respawns. Oh my. Where is she? Where is the real idol? There you are. There we go. Come on. Take me up. Be careful on the way. There. Unlocking upper latchery was kind of important. And I also no longer have to deal with the bastard at the bottom of the stairs.
Then touch the soul of the mind.
Okay.
Key to life's ether. Soul of the lost.
Actually, we're going to invest in vitality for now. I feel like 30 magic is perfectly fine for the moment. I'm going to want it more to be more later, but...
In trade for your souls.
Repair everything. Hold up. Hold up.
In trade with your souls.
Purchase both of these.
You come back alive.
Alright, 5 demons in 1 day is not bad. 5 demons sub 3 hours is really not bad. Whee! Alright. Yeah, I don't think this is really all that bad of a run. At least, not so far. I'm actually doing phenomenal. I thought I was going to be stuck on Phalanx for a while, considering that thing's regeneration gimmick. But that is, in fact, going to do it for today. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist. So they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube and currently to Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now. Though I don't blame you if you don't want to check any of it out. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to at least unlock the next boss in Latria. And then possibly pivot into Shrine of Storms for a little while. Or maybe the second section of the Boletarian Palace. One of those two things. I don't really want to do Valley of Defilement just yet. The first section isn't bad. Swamp of Sorrow, on the other hand, is annoying. Actually, Shrine of Storms in general is annoying too. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But I will be continuing this run, which means I'm only allowed to do damage with Soul Arrow. I'm not counting the whole Dragon God thing as having broken the rules of the run, because Dragon God is literally unable to be damaged until you hit him with the turrets. There is no getting around that. Wednesday, it's back to Bloodborne Lopsided with Magnifico. We are probably going to be pivoting into the Nightmare and Nightmare Frontier. And maybe doing Forbidden Woods. Either way, we need a little more everything, really, before we actually tackle Ludwig, apparently. And then Thursday and Friday, I will be starting Lies of P. I at the very least got the starting screen to load up, so it shouldn't be a faulty disc that I got. We are going to be rating out. Who are we rating? Okay, been a while since I've rated Jack, so let's go say hi to him. He is playing Dark Souls 2, although that does not look like Dark Souls 2. Or maybe not. It looks like it's a just chatting segment right now, which can be interesting, but... I guess we'll pivot into Karada then. He's playing Carry the Glass with Alucard. So stay tuned for real if you're interested in watching a zany co-op experience from the looks of it. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.